Hey there, stampers and crafters. My name is Tami White from stampwithtami.com, and welcome to our online mega class today. We're actually going to be creating two sets of cards, two sets of 4 cards each, one with the paper pumpkin from March. I'm a little behind, and I appreciate your patience with me, but I'm very excited about this class. So every month when the paper pumpkin kits come in, I always do a reveal so we can see what's inside the kit. And then I like to do an alternate project. And I got with the whole office remodeling job, and then a couple of other things came up where I got a little bit behind with my alternate projects. And so I appreciate your patience, but I'm very excited to share this one. This is what we're going to be doing. And because the March kit sold out, and because I'm a little bit behind with this, I'm also including a bonus 4 projects, kind of like an alternate to the alternate from the Petal Garden Designer Series paper. Now here is another note. So the March Paper Pumpkin card kit sold out. It sold out before it even came out. There were no refills. It sold out so fast. So if you were not lucky enough to get one of these, you may win one today. I'm giving some away. I'm going to talk about that in a second. So leave a comment to be entered into that. But you can also make these alternate projects with the Petal Garden Designer Series paper. It's a great kind of different way of using designer paper and a lot of fun. Make beautiful cards with it. Okay, so so the Petal Garden Designer Series paper that I'm using is on the retirement list. The retirement list, although it says it's available till May 31st, designer paper is while supplies last, and a lot of it's already sold out. We are lucky. As of this morning, the Petal Garden was still available, but the Memories and More kit for the matching Memories and More kit's already gone. So I don't think that the Petal Garden Designer Series paper that we're using today, and mine's very loved and used, I don't think this one's going to last much longer. So if you love what you see today and you want to recreate any of this, you need to get into my online store and get that ASAP, because I think that's going to sell out within the next few days, if not today, if not during this class. You know, if a lot of people like it, it could go really fast. So we got that going for us. So you've seen what we're making. We talked a little bit about the kits. These are card kits. If you're not familiar with them, I'm going to talk about them again in a second. But let's talk about what we're giving away today. So anytime I have an online class that's live, I have Prize Patrol, because I love to have some fun with you guys, and I love to give back. And right now we are simultaneously broadcasting live on 2 social media outlets. One is my Facebook page. We are live on Facebook Live on my page, and we are live on YouTube now. This is brand new. This is something that I'm still learning. So YouTube people, I love you guys. And I am hoping that, you know, we're going to get better and better each time. But I'm very excited to be able to do this live on both channels for you guys, to catch both. You know, some people are only on Facebook, some people are only on YouTube. So this way I get you all, which is exciting. If you leave a comment, you will be entered into my live prize drawing, which is 2 of the Paper Pumpkin card kits that I'm using today. I've already done the reveal, so I'll show you quickly before we start what's going to be inside them and what you could win. But I'm not going to do a full reveal because we've already done that. We're just going to use the products that are in it to make some alternate cards. Now, I'm also giving one of these away for my early bird special. So the early bird special is if you jump on the live and leave a comment in the first 10 minutes of this live stream, you will be entered to win the early bird drawing. I'm going to do that one real fast right away, and that is for another one of these kits that we're using today. So I have a lot of kits to give away for you guys. So if you didn't get it, or if you wanted more, now's your chance to get it, because after today I won't have any more. This is the last of mine, and these were hot products. All right, so I also have one last March Paper Pumpkin kit to give away, and that drawing, that is not the correct date there. That should say May 8th, not March 8th. I apologize for that, and I will fix that on my blog so that it is correct on there. I'm sorry about that, but the winner will be drawn May 8th. May 8th, not March 8th. So this is also for the same kit that I'm going to be sharing today. So basically, if you leave a comment, you will be entered into all of these. And if you share the broadcast and type the word shared with a D, I will enter you a second time into that after live drawing. So you have lots of chances to win here. Lots of chances, whether you caught us live, whether you're watching it after live. Lots of excitement. So we've got a few minutes before the early bird drawing, I am going to catch you up to speed with what's happening in the Stampin' Up! Crafting world. I call it the Be in the Know, so you know what's happening and don't miss out on anything, because I hate that. I don't want anyone to miss out on any of the excitement and what's happening. First is that my order and tutorials, the second segment of April, are beautiful. There's Perennial Birthday and Birthday Bouquet, beautiful collections of tutorials for these 2 stamp sets. They will only be available through April 30th when you use my hostess code. Also, retiring products, they're selling out. I just mentioned that. Petal Garden is one of them. This designer paper we're using is one of them. They are selling out. And so that, although it was still available when I started this broadcast, I can't promise it's still going to be available at the end, especially if you guys are running over there right now to get it. Lots of stamp sets on there. Lots of awesome products. Very exciting. But you do want to get them fast, because even though it says they'll be sticking around till May 31st, a lot of them won't. Once they sell out, they're gone forever. They're not bringing in more. In addition to that, last week Stampin' Up! Announced that they had just added a bunch of products to the clearance rack in my online store. So you can combine all of this. You can double dip and get all of these great, great deals. There is still some great deals left. What I'm showing here is what was available in the clearance rack as of yesterday. So some of these may have sold out since then, but they're still great deals. If you click the clearance rack tab in my online store, you'll see what's still available. Get them while they're there. Now wait, there's more, but wait, there's more. As of this morning, Stampin' Up! Announced that they are going to be having a little blowout with past paper pumpkin kits. So what happens is the 10th of the month is the deadline to sign up for that month's kit. If you sign up for that month's kit and you get it in the mail, then about a week to a week and a half later, if they have any left over, which they don't, they didn't in March, they don't always have them, they will put they'll put refills up in the online store. And so refills is what we're looking at right now for previous kits, and there are some that they have marked down as low as $2. And I'm not even kidding. $2. Holy crap. That is amazing. So I'm going to pop over and show you how to find this. If you're on my stampwithtami.com blog, which you can get to at the link in this video's description, just click on where it says Shop Online. And when you click this Shop Online tab, it brings you right to my online store. So everything I use is available here, and any of my videos you can get here. The retirement list is here. You can see on the left-hand side, you have a little menu here. The Last Chance is the retirement list. And the clearance rack that I just showed you is right there too. Now, if you scroll down here, there's a Paper Pumpkin section. And it talks about how you can subscribe to Paper Pumpkin. It has, you can do prepaid kits there, and you can purchase the past kits. This is where you're going to get this $2 kit sales. Look at these. Oh my gosh, right? So there's quite a few of them too. Banner Surprise refills, Bold Botanicals refills, $2 each. While supplies last, What a Gem, $2. Season of Gratitude, $4. So these are some great kits, great deals. So just a heads up, that's how you get to them. That's how you can get them in my online store, and you can combine all of the specials I just told you about. Now, the Paper Pumpkin kits themselves also have a special deal. If you subscribe before May 10th, you can get 50% off your first 2 kits. That makes the whole kit $10, which is crazy for what you get for that. I mean, the price alone is a great deal when it's not on sale. So if you're new to Paper Pumpkin and you love what you're seeing and you want to be a part of it, this is great. There's a code here to use when you join. That deadline is May 10th. So I've already done my April reveal. I know I'm a little bit late, and I thank you guys for for bearing with me because we are doing the March kit, and it's April, right? It's the end of April. I've already done I got my April kit. I did the reveal of what's in it. It's this this really fun You're My Anchor set. So refills for that just popped up in my online store. So if you loved the April kit and you want to get refills, or you weren't able to get it and you want to get refills, the only thing that doesn't come in the refills is like the stamp set, I think. It's a stamp set that came with the kit. But you can substitute other things. So they're there, again, while supplies last. You can pick that up while you're picking up some of those other great refill deals in the online store. It's all there. So that's what's happening in the know. So it is a 10-minute mark. So if you guys have left a comment here on my video, you are automatically entered to win. I'm going to pop over to the giveaway screen. We're going to give away one of these. This is one. Let me just make sure I pick up the right one. It's one of these March paper pumpkin. This is the March. It's called May Good Things Grow, and it's sold out immediately. They were never refills because there weren't any. They sold out so quickly. So the very first one, and I've got 4 to give away. 1 right now for the early bird, 2 at the end of this broadcast live, and then 1 on May 8th for those of you who weren't able to catch it live, or if you were live and didn't win. So there's lots of kits to give away for what we're going to make today. Our early bird winner is, good luck everybody, Lynette Fresen, it's F-R-E-S-N. Lynette, be sure to fill out the prize claim form. There is a link in this video's description, and then I will get that right out to you. Okay, so now we're in the know. We've got some goodies out there, and it is time to do some stamping. So let me show you up close and personal what we're going to be making. And Sharon Harvey is asking a good question. She says, is it normal for Stampin' Up! To sell out of the retired list before May 31st? Yes. In fact, it's normal for a lot of accessories to sell out within days of that list being announced, especially retiring colors. So yes, do not wait until May 31st because there won't be very much left by then. That is very common. So I'm just going to move our giveaways away here, over to the side. Now we are using this is the kit, the March, it was the 5th year anniversary kit. And I did a reveal on this back in March when I got it in the mail, because that's the first thing I like to do when I get it in the mail is open it up for you guys, show you what's in it, do some stamping. And these are the cards, or some of the cards that the kit makes. And then, you know what, I'll pop over and show you this was their... this was everything that the kit makes there, because there was more than kind of what I have here in front of me. So that's what the kit makes, and I'll give you just a quick look here. This is the supplies that came in the kit. Since I already did a reveal and they're not available anymore, I don't want to tease you with it too much. But this is what came in the kit. So this is what we're going to be using on our class today, or at least it's part of what we're going to be using. So again, even if you don't have it and you don't win it, my second set of alternate projects shows very similar projects, but done with this Petal Garden Designer Series paper that you can get. At least you could get it in my online store before I started. That is selling out. It could be gone. I can't promise it's going to be there much longer. So these are the alternate kit cards we're going to make today. These are made with the kit, the supplies I just showed you. Very fun. We're going to be working with designer paper, doing some different things with it. So they're great for Mother's Day, but you can totally shake these up and do them a little differently if you wanted to change the greetings on them so they weren't for Mother's Day. Now, I want to show you about this particular one, this particular card. It's got these wooden elements on it. Can you see those? So when this kit came, it came with a bonus. Because it was Stampin' Up's 5-year anniversary, they gave us these free wooden elements as a gift. And it was the first time, some people are very new to card making, it was the first time they'd seen wooden elements. And I got some replies from a few people not really sure how to use them. So I said, all right, we're going to definitely use these and definitely play with these. Now, if you don't have a kit and you're making, you know, like substituting and making alternate projects, I have a little substitution here for you, and it is the Touches of Nature wood elements, which are comparable. They're a little bit different design, but comparable to this free gift. And you can do the same things with those that we're going to do with the wood elements today. Again, on the retirement list, they were there this morning when I started. I don't know that they're still there now, but they were. So those are a comparable product to what we're making. And this amazing sheet of dimensionals came in the kit. We'll be using that too. Can you believe how much of it I've already used? Okay, so anyways, this is all, these are great little kits if you're new, but they're also great for so many different things. All the information on the projects I'm using today are on a free PDF, which you'll find on my blog. Simply go to the link in this video's description. The resource page is up. It's got close-ups of all of these cards. It's got this free PDF for you. It's got the measurements for everything I'm making, so you don't need to write them down. And it's got the complete supply list, complete with alternates here. I've put alternate substitutions on here if you don't have the kit and want to make some of these, or if you want to make the Petal Garden cards we're going to make. So there is a URL here that can get you back. The video that we're doing live right now will be there. It's live, going live on the blog right now. It will always be there, so you can go back and watch this. And if you have a smartphone, you can zap this to get there really quick too. So that's just a little something extra I like to throw in. I'm also going to note I am using the Layering Love stamp set in addition to the Paper Pumpkin kit on both sets of cards. This is also retiring. This stamp set is also on the retired list. So if you've missed some of these things on the retirement list, you might want to go back and check them out before they're gone forever. All right, so we're going to show you how to use these wooden elements. We're going to make some amazing cards. I'm going to show you this cool technique for the background of one of the cards. And then after we do the Paper Pumpkin alternates, I'm going to show you my alternate to the alternates. And these are the Petal Garden cards we're going to make. Again, using some of those wooden elements. We're going to use them a couple different ways. Okay, so let's get started with the fun. Welcome aboard, everybody. Great to see you all. Wow, I'm normally on Tuesdays. This is not my normal day. But this week things we're still catching up a little bit. And also, I'm normally on Saturdays, but this week we'll be on, I'm normally on Friday. But this week we'll be on Saturday because of the blog hop. On blog hop days, I'm on Saturday instead of on Friday. Okay, so where do we start? Let's start with, let's start with this card here. So we're going to make all 8 of these cards. You're going to die when you see how quick these go together. They're really, really fast. I was hoping to see if I could find the stamp set that came in the kit. I'm going to use a couple of the stamps that came in the kit, but you could substitute other stamp sets for these. And just looking real quick. You see there's lots of die cuts. There it is. There it is. Okay, so this is the stamp set that came with it. I am going to be using it, if you can see it there. But again, you could substitute other sets for that if you didn't have it. All right, so one thing I'm going to show you on this kit, we're going to stamp the happy birthday, but I actually cut out these 2 rose images, and this was an envelope that came in the kit. So what I did was, I did this ahead of time. I fussy cut out those 2 roses because sometimes that's therapeutic and sometimes it's just fun to do. So I cut them out to make them our focal point instead of using the envelope. And the envelope here had this really pretty scalloped pattern paper on the inside of it. So what I did was I cut that out as well, and we're going to use that scallop piece for an element on this card. So we're going to take, I'm going to bring in one of these sheets of, these came with the kit. These are die cut. There was a few of these sheets that came with the kit. And let's see, for this one we're going to use this this little banner tag. And the kit came with Early Espresso ink. I'm using 2 inks on our card sets today, and there is Fresh Fig and Early Espresso. All right, Amy's asking a question. She said, I clicked the link, but I don't see the first 2 months of Paper Pumpkin. If you either scroll down or click the specials page, it is linked there. The 50% off, or if you click the Paper Pumpkin link on my blog, you'll find it there as well. But if you click the link in this video's description, it is there. Right underneath the description in the first section of the resource page, there is under news. It's right there, and if you click it, it'll bring you to it. All right, so I'm going to take Fresh Fig for this card and stamp the happy birthday, and I'm using the happy birthday that came in the card kit. So we're going to stamp that right on there. But you could use any sentiment here, so you could make this card good for any occasion, and you could, again, substitute different stamp sets there. All right, so this designer paper actually came in the kit just as such, and I did not do an awesome job cutting our frame layer. In fact, I don't think I cut it at all. I think I just threw it in there. So let me get my paper cutter and cut that one down for us. If I can find where I stored it. Sorry. And lucky for me, not only do I have the paper cutter handy, because this happens to me all the time, right? I also have my measurements handy. So we're going to cut the frame panel to 5 inches, and 3.5. Okay, so that's good, but I don't think my measurements are right there because that doesn't fit. Let me look at that. I might need to revise our, yeah. I think that needs to be 5 1/4. So I think I need to revise my no. We're good. I'm looking at the wrong thing. It's 5 inches, right? 5 inches. No. I'm going to revise that PDF. If you downloaded it, I need to update that. We're going to take it down 1/4 of an inch because I don't think my thing was right there. All right, so I'm going to use snail. The kit came with some mini glue dots, but I'm going to use snails. Amy, I'm sorry the specials page isn't working. And if you're on an iPad, sometimes things get wonky. If she's asking about the Paper Pumpkin special, you don't actually need to go to my specials page to get it. That's just one of the many places I have it listed. If you click on Paper Pumpkin, it's there. If you go to my online store and click Paper Pumpkin, I believe the information is there as well. There's several different places you can get it. Okay. Amy Todd says, you're a pro at fussy cutting. Sometimes. All right, so this kit came with brads. And it's been a while since we've seen brads, which is kind of fun. We have a lot of stick-ons now, you know, like the peel and stick rhinestones and pearls, which are all awesome. But brads are these little doodads that actually have the back that, you know, they're kind of like paper fasteners almost. So this kit actually came with the old-fashioned brads, like they're coming back, which is kind of fun. So we'll be able to play with that. We'll be able to play with these today too. And I don't know where, oh, there's my mat. Okay. So I'm just using, I used my hole punch from my original and I don't have it handy. So I'm taking the paper piercer and the foam mat here, and I'm just going to poke 3 holes to stick our brad in. So we just stick that in, and then the back unfolds. The 2 flaps unfold like that to hold it in place. I know these are fun to work with, and I'm kind of excited to see them come back. But I do like the peel and sticks too, which the kit came with those as well. Okay. All right. Okay, so believe it or not, the only thing left on this card is a little bit of assembly. So I'm going to take that mega page, if I can find what I did with it, of Stampin' Dimensionals that came with the Paper Pumpkin kit, or your regular Stampin' Dimensionals. Either or works here. And we are going to start assembly with Dimensionals. And that's going to pop this up a little bit. Oh, I see a couple of Brad fans on there. Happy to see the Brads come back. I'm not the only one there. All right, so that's going to go in the middle. And probably before I did that, I probably wanted to stick these. This was the embellishment I cut off the top of the envelope. So I'm just going to kind of cut that down even a little more because I really just want the top of those scallops. And either the mini glue dots that came in that or snail. And that just kind of sticks right underneath, and that's just like an added little design on the card. I think that I think it's just adorable right there. A little bit of interest. And then I'm going to take a little bit more dimensionals because you can never have too many dimensionals, right? I'll put some here. Well, Patricia, welcome. She says she's new and she loves the videos. Thank you for that. Welcome aboard. We're excited to have you. And all our newbies out there, if this is your first time, welcome. If it's your 100th time, welcome. Oh, I always love doing the online classes. This is one of my favorite. I love being able to stamp with you guys this way. Okay. And I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back of this flower too. Now probably I should have done this part before I attached because I do want to cut some extra of this rose off. But I'm going to do something a little bit different. Since I did it, I'm going to do something a little bit different, and I'm going to have this rose overhang the whole card instead of just the center layer, which is kind of pretty. Okay. There we go. So that's going to go there, and then this one will come down the bottom. These colors are beautiful, Pauline. I agree. So pretty together. Now this one, now on my original card, I had it just in the frame here, but we're going to do something a little bit different here. I'm actually going to have it peek off the bottom of the card instead of the frame. Nah, I don't like it doing that. I'm going to put that one up higher. But I don't want this white part to show, so let me trim that off. I'm even going rogue on my own designs. Now that's funny. Going off-roading, right? All right, so that one I'm going to put up a little bit higher. There we go. And so I'm going to trim off the extra, but this one I'm still leaving overhanging the whole card. So this is our first card. I'm going to move this down. Since I went off-roading, I feel like I need to reposition a little bit. There we go. Oh, I love it. I love it. It's almost like 3D popping out at you, that rose. Okay, so this is the first of many cards that we're actually, you know what? I'm not done. I'm not done because remember I said we're going to play with those wooden elements today? We're going to play with them. Now, I'm playing with the pack that came as a gift in the kit. If you are just popping on board, a great substitution would be the Touches of Nature wood embellishments that are retiring. They were available as of this morning, but they may no longer be there. I don't know. But they were there this morning, and they're very similar to these wood elements. So I am going to take, they gave us 2 sheets, and let's see, I'm going to take the little leaves, these. Now, to attach these, I'm going to take some mini glue dots. Now, mini glue dots actually came in the kit. Everything comes in the kit, right? They think of everything. But I'm going to stick these little guys right to a mini glue dot. And then right onto the card. You know what? Grammy Linda says she wished she could have ordered more to make these alternatives. Don't sweat it. Don't forget, I have alternatives to the alternatives. But make sure you get your Petal Garden designer paper before that sells out, or you won't have that either. All right, so that's our first card. I'm going to put that aside. We're going to start going on number 2. Number 2 is a kind of a fun one. Oh, they were all fun, right? They are all fun. Let me just put these somewhere where I can grab them again and show you after. But where they don't get lost on the desk. Here we go. I just zoom in a little bit so that you guys can focus on what we're doing, because sometimes if there's too many things happening, it gets very distracting. All right, so next up, and I went with Flirty Flamingo. Even though it says Cameo Corals were the colors in the kit, I wanted it to be really bright and fun. So these are the panels that we have here pre-cut. I am going to do something really cool with this background with the Big Shot, but before I do, let's take out that... Let me find it. We want to take out our little banner. Speaking of distracting and too many things going on, I've already lost where I put my die cuts. Here we go. Here we go. All right, so on this card, we are using this die cut from the kit. All right, and we're going to do Happy Mother's Day, which also came in the kit. And... there we go. So that one, again, I'm doing in the Fresh Fig. So we have 2 colors here, Early Espresso and Fresh Fig, that we'll be working with today. But that one is the Fresh Fig. Now, pulling back that die cut sheet from the kit, the March kit, I'm going to take out, whoops, we're going to take out everything because it's all just coming out. I'm going to take out that big flower is what we're going to use on this one. So just put that aside. Sorry, I know that was mean. I'm working off camera there. Sorry. Just want to pop that out and get everything else out of the way. All right, so that is going to fit over the top. Again, you could do this. You could improvise with designer paper here. All right. Oh, and look it. We've got some people have not even put this kit together yet. So lucky you could still make these when you have your kit. All right, so this is Fresh Fig, but this panel actually came in the kit. So it's a little bit different than the cardstock Fresh Fig. It's the same color, but it's a little bit thinner weight, and it's got a white core. It's got a white back. It's actually printed on the front, which is going to do something extremely cool when we put it through the Big Shot. So what I'm going to do is take the Big Shot. All right, so my Big Shot's in the back here, so I'm probably not going to bring this into view, but I'm going to show you this just because somebody had asked about this. Actually, a few people have asked about this. I shared this last month on a video, and I've gotten a few requests for it again. This was actually a share from a fellow demonstrator. She got this monitor stand at Target, which is what I'm using right now. And I put my Big Shot on it, and it is freaking amazing. Life-changing, as somebody said this week. It absolutely is. because all of the pieces fit right underneath it. It was $16, I think, at Target. I have the information and the link on my resource page of my blog. So if you're interested in that, you can click on the link in this video's description and get that. But it is awesome. So I'm just pulling out my Big Shot now. Let me move all this out of the way. You know, when you're making 8 cards, there's a lot of stuff on the table. I am going to back you out so you don't get dizzy. And we're going to go. So I've got the regular platform that comes with the Big Shot die cut machine, and we've got 2 folders here. And then I'm using the Garden Trellis folder. This is the Garden Trellis impressions folder for the Big Shot. So we're going to stick our fresh fig in here. And then sandwich that between the 2 cutting pads, and then a lot of you bought that stand. It really is awesome. Seriously. So, I mean, I feel like I need to recommend that Stampin' Up! Makes these monitor stands because they're the best storage option I've ever seen for the Big Shot. All right, so when we open this up, do you see how the white core came through on that? It is just awesome. And if you have a little sanding block, you could sand it and get a little bit more. Now, an alternate way to do this, if you had regular fresh fig cardstock that doesn't have a white core, is to do this exact same step and then take your white craft ink and rub it over the top, and it will look almost exactly the same. So that's a little alternate to get that look. But very cool. Very cool look. All right. So we have our little, our sheet here. I'll get you in there. Amy Todd says that no Target in Canada. I've been told from some people they found them at Walmart. It's just a monitor stand. It's got a little drawer underneath. But hopefully you do find it. And I'm sure it wasn't just a Target thing. You probably can find it on Amazon. I didn't look. But it was very handy. I mean, it's kind of just a generic monitor stand, really, but very, very handy. Okay, so we are going to attach these 2 pieces together, because really the rest of the card is mostly just assembly now that we've got that together. It's amazing how fast this goes together, right? Okay, so that's not the card piece. We want this. Now, on this one, remember the top scalloped edge that I did on the previous card? I did it on this one too, and I didn't save that one. So let me show you what I'm using. I'm actually using an envelope from... I know it's in here somewhere. There it is. We're going to use the rest of this envelope on another card. So this is what I'm taking. The top of this envelope. It has that green on the inside. And we're just going to cut that off because we're going to use the rest of it on another card. So we're not wasting it. We waste nothing, right? We save everything. And then cut that in half. All right. And then I'm just going to, oops, sorry. Bad Tammy, I was just about to do that off camera. Sometimes I forget what I'm doing here. All right, so I attached all of this with dimensional. So I'm going to go ahead and flip these guys all over. There's one little piece I want to pop out there. There we go. And actually, no, I lied. There's a couple pieces in there that we want to pop out. My paper piercer, they're so small. There we go. All right, so we're going to take that ginormous sheet of dimensionals that came in the kit and go to town, because you just can't have enough of these fun things. So we're going to stick them on the back of almost everything that we're using here, except these 2 little scallops. They're the only things that don't have the dimensionals. Okay. Okay, and then we're just going to stick that on there. Yes, oh, I forgot 2 dimensionals. Debbie says she wants a wish list option. I'm sure they're working on it. The best place to actually submit that would be directly to Stampin' Up! And I can send it to them too, and I absolutely will for you. But I do think that that's something that they hear a lot, that they would like a wish list option in the online store. Just takes time sometimes for those things to come around. Okay. So here, that's going to go right across the front of our card, like so. And then our Happy Mother's Day, which again, you could put something else there if it's after Mother's Day or you want to do something else. And then these fun little scallops that we just cut off the envelope can just peek out underneath. Whoops, come back. Stuck it under there. Stop it. Bad scallop. Bad scallop. There we go. Okay. And there we go. So the only other piece I want to add to this is a super fun, let me see if I can find where I put them on my desk. Oh my gosh, where did I put the brads? I had a little container of brads that also had these cool pearls in them. There they are. I'm just leaving them out. I'm going to leave them out in plain view so I don't lose them because we're using all of these. These all came in the kit. Do you see that? Now you could make these with the regular white pearls and some Stampin' blends. You can color them. But these already came in the Fresh Fig, and I think that's the pink pirouette. Very pretty, right? So we're just going to put, these are the peel and stick kind. These do not like the brads that we used on the first one. This is actually, these actually stick right on there. No holes needed. And that card is complete. Super fun. So that's the second card in our set. Sydney says after seeing this, she's glad she hasn't put her kit together, her March kit together yet. Sometimes it pays to procrastinate, right? Okay, so this is card number 2. And we are going to move along. And let's do this card next. Now this card is going to use the rest of the envelope. Remember we just cut the top off for that first card? This card's going to use the rest of it. And this one actually just has a soft suede card base here. Now, I know this is cheating. Don't get mad at me for doing this. I would normally use the paper cutter for this, but you know what? I'm here. I'm live. The paper cutter's behind me. I'm going to cut. So, I know this is, don't get mad at me for doing this. Promise? I'm just going to cut along that line. This is the only one that doesn't follow the same dimensions as the rest of the card. The rest of the cards all have this inner panel layer. Like it's got a layer on top with designer paper and then a frame around it. This is the only card in the set of 8, the 2 sets of 8, or the 2 sets, that doesn't have that. I just followed the line on here, and I do recommend using your paper cutter to get a nice straight line. So do as I say, not as I do. But for the interest of time, I'm just going to cut that one. Okay. So, and there's a cool pattern on this too. So if you wanted to save this sheet and use it for something else, you could. So that is actually going to be our main base layer. Now on this one, I'm just going to do a little stamping and the rest is just assembly, but I'm using the Early Espresso that came in the kit. Actually, I'm using a full-size one, but Early Espresso was the color. Every kit has their own color. Carol Tennant says her OCD would not allow her to, listen, if you guys ever have a problem with your clear mount stamps not sticking, did you see what I just did there? I put a little snail on the back of it. I understand that we are testing cling mount for these rubber stamps, which is very exciting. I will post more information when I know it. But anyways, that is a little tip there if you have any issues with these guys sticking. I know people just leave their labels off the back also to keep them so that they stick better, but I like to see what I'm stamping, so I prefer the snail method. So, sorry about that. That was my text. Everybody just reached for their phone right now, right? Sorry, I hate that when you're watching a video and somebody's texting and then you're like, was it my phone? Was it their phone? Here we go. Okay. So the rest of this is die cuts from the kit. We're pretty much using almost all of these die cuts in the kit. One whole sheet for these 4 cards that we're doing from the kit. So taking all of the leaves for this one. And the other thing that I'm using on this one is these went on the back of the envelopes originally. They're little circles here. I'm taking one of the Fresh Fig and one of the Lemon Lime Twist for the center of this flower here. So I'm just going to, you could use mini glue dots too, but I'm just going to stick that right to the center of the two flowers. I haven't attached yet, so in case you were wondering, just taking a little snail, and we're going to have some fun assembling these pieces. Okay, so we're going to put that in. It's all right if they overhang. We'll trim them down after. Thanks, Diane says she's having a lot of fun watching. I love to hear that. I do. I'm glad that you guys have as much fun as I do on these videos, because I really, really love doing them with you guys. So we're just kind of assembling the leaves all around here. And then, you know, I'm not going to use snail on these two. I'm actually going to take some of that mega sheet of dimensionals for the two flowers. Put one on the top and one on the bottom. The Layering Love stamp set, Adrian's asking what stamp set I used on this. So all of the cards either have the stamp set that came in the March kit or the Layering Love. This is also on the free PDF and the resource page. If you click on the link in the video's description, you'll get all this information. This set is retiring as well. That is on the list. So add that to your list of retiring stuff that you might need to get today when you get the paper that we're about to use on the next set of cards. So now I am going to trim up some, but not all of these overhangs. So this leaf on this side, I want to trim up, but I want to leave some of that one, but not all of it. I wanted that stem gone, and then I'm going to leave the rest. So I have a little bit of overhang here. It's going to make it look a little bit 3D. It's going to look like it's popping right off, and then we can attach this panel to the card base. And the very last piece of this card were some fun. These are metal rimmed pearls. I love these. These are one of my favorite embellishments. And they're peel and stick, which is quite nice. So I'm going to use the larger ones, but you could use any size here. They don't have to be. They come in a couple different sizes. Whoops. I did not peel the backing off of that one. It's not going to peel and stick if you don't actually peel and stick it. There we go. What would we do without dimensionals? Absolutely. I totally agree with that, because I'm addicted to those as much as I'm addicted to snail. So card number 3. Awesome, right? Beautiful. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, Patty, you're asking the stand for the big shot. If you click on the link in this video's description, it is there. It's the very first link that says free PDF and resource page here. Click that and you will get it. And, oh, you know what? Patty, you're on YouTube. I don't think I updated the link on YouTube. And you know what? Amy was saying that she couldn't get to. I'm so sorry, you YouTubers. I'm new to the YouTube live thing. Forgive me. Go to stampwithtami.com. I'll update it as soon as we're done here. I've totally forgot to update that when the resource page went live this morning. So that's why you guys couldn't find it, and I am so sorry. If you're on YouTube, the link is not updated yet. Just go to stampwithtami.com and you'll see the resource page right there on the homepage. Click it, and then you'll find it. I am so sorry. I will make it a point. I will make it a point next time. I'm learning. I'm learning. Okay, so our last card from the March kit, and then we have another set of 4 coming, is this one. And you're going to die. I mean, they're going to go really quickly. The next set is going to go even quicker. Can you believe it? I mean, we've already made out 3 cards. So this one, I really wanted to show something different with these, the wood elements that they gave us as a gift. And again, if you are new, if you're new coming on here, you could substitute these nature wood embellishments for what we're about to do. They're similar. They're a little bit of a different design, but they're similar. So they are retiring as well, again, while supplies last. So this printed designer paper came in the kit. And again, that frame is, actually I'm going to leave the frame. This frame is a little bit bigger, but I'm going to leave it. And let's see, which flower? We'll take the bigger rose this time. I'm going to take this wooden embellishment. Now these are white on the back. And can you see that? White on the back, wood on the front. So I'm going to take the white side to color. And then 2 of these leaves that come in it. And you could use either the Stampin' Blend alcohol markers if you have them. They are currently on back order. Or you can use your regular, these are regular Stampin' White markers. Water-based regular markers, not the alcohol markers. They work. You do not have to use blends, but blends would give you an even bolder color. So I'm using Old Olive and Fresh Fig. Fresh Fig is the color of the day. That's the color in all of these cards. So I'm going to take the brush tip end of this marker and just color in the back of the rose with the Fresh Fig. And we're all going to be lefties today, even if you're not a lefty. I'm making you an honorary lefty, because, sorry. I might even do 2 coats to make it even bolder. You can wait till that dries and then put another coat if you would like it to be even a little bit bolder and darker. But again, these are regular Stampin' White markers. You can also use the alcohol markers, but you don't have to. This works with just the regular Stampin' Whites. Okay. So now I'm using Old Olive. Now I'm just going to be careful not to stick my finger in what I just colored. And I'm also trying not to stick my hand in the view so you guys can see what's happening there. So I've colored those. Now they probably take an extra second to dry. So we'll do the rest of our assembly and stick these on last. Now for the Fresh Fig, I wanted 2 coats. I don't know if you can see that. It's drying a little bit lighter. And a second coat will really make that pop and make it a little bit darker. Oops. And if you stick your finger in it when it's not dry, it will wipe some of that off. So don't want to do that. All right. So in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and assemble the rest of this card while that's drying. So I'm just going to put that a little bit to the side. I'm going to use snail on the main part here. Ah, I got some lefties out there. I got some fellow lefties. Love you gals and guys. All right, now before we attach this to the card, I am taking some Fresh Fig cotton ribbon. This came in the kit, but we also sell it. You can get that in my online store, separate from the kit. And we're just gonna put that off and I'm attaching this with snail adhesive. This is what I call the cheater knot. Putting a little bit of snail on the back of that little strip. It also saves you a little bit of ribbon if you're trying to conserve. And then I'm going to take another little, just a little strip here, slide it underneath. This is the faux knot right here. One of my faves. Because it's easy and it comes out perfect anytime. If you're one of those people that can never, okay, so we got one strip here underneath. If you're one of those people that does not like the way you tie bows and knots, this is one way to do it. And it comes out great every time. There we go. So we're going to take a little angle to it. There we go. And some of those Stampin' Dimensionals on the back. Uh-oh. Donna says the Petal Garden paper is sold out. Oh my gosh. I checked before I came on here and it was still available before I came on here. No, that will be so sad. I haven't even started the Petal Garden cards yet. So, yeah, you might want to get on there fast if you want this paper that we're going to use next. Because, I don't know, Donna says, heads up, it could already be gone. It's probably because a bunch of you went on there and bought it just now. We have that effect sometimes. All right, so mini glue dots to attach the rose and the wooden elements here. So, whoops, careful with that. I don't want to break it. You know what? I'm actually going to stick this right to the glue dot this time. So we'll stick the glue. I'm sorry, stick it to my finger rather than on there. You could also use the fine tip glue pen. You could also use the liquid glue on the back of this. There are many ways that you can attach these. This was not totally dry before I started. As you can see, I'm smearing the ink. It does take a little bit longer to dry, and I'm probably going to want a little bit of a lighter coat. So I'm just going to line up that mini glue dot back there so you don't see it, because this one's an outline. The other one that we're using is not an outline, so it won't show, but there we go. And we're going to put that down right here. So these leaves are solid, so they won't, you know, like they won't show the mini glue dot like the outlined one does. And because I had fig on my fingers, now we have fig on the leaf. But believe it or not, it doesn't look bad. It's a fig leaf. Get it? Ba-dum-bum. A fig leaf on a rose. Who would have thunk it? All right. So now we have our two little leaves on there. We have our wooden elements, and we've colored them. Had a little bit of a difference. Oh, Amy, she left and came back. Amy, just giving you a heads up, I forgot to update the links on YouTube because you're watching on YouTube. So that's probably why you had a hard time getting to my blog, and I apologize. If you go to stampwithtami.com, you should be able to get there. All right, so that is our fourth card and our final card from the March Paper Pumpkin Kit. Now I almost want to go over and look and see if that Petal garden paper is still there. Somebody give a shout out if it's gone from my store, because that means it's sold out. All right, so that's our fourth card and our first set. Our first card set is done. So here's the cards that we just made. There's two of each because we had an original. But these are the ones we just made. And now we are on to the alternate to the alternate. So those were alternate to March Paper Pumpkin. Now we're ready to make alternates to the alternate. Again, I am using the Layering Love stamp set in addition to Petal Garden designer paper, which is right here. Mine is very cut up, very loved, and very used. But these are the designer papers that we are about to use right now. It is retiring. It may or may not still be available. We're getting shout outs that it could be sold out already, but if it's not, it's available in my online store. And Karen, absolutely, she's like, can you substitute another paper? Yes, I can't because I don't have one available at the moment, but yes, you absolutely can. You can, again, I'm substituting this for the Paper Pumpkin Kit. So here's the 4 cards that we are about to make. Beautiful, right? Again, close-ups are on my blog on the resource page. Now, these are all going to go very quick and easy. Not that the other ones were quick and easy too, right? So we're going to start with this card right here. This is a fun one. Now, this is the designer paper that I'm using. Oh, sorry, my bad. That's not the one I'm using. Back it up. Actually, you know what? We'll start with this card since we have that one handy. Okay, back to this is the designer paper we're using. I cut out the roses from here. So I cut out a big rose and I cut out the small rose for the top. I just did a little fussy cutting because, again, fun and therapeutic and beautiful colors here, right? So what we're going to do is take that enjoy the little things from that Layering Love stamp set and some early espresso. Okay. Yay! Thank you, Brenda. Brenda said she just looked in my online store and the Petal Garden paper is still available, but it may not be for long. So if you love these cards, you can go get it right now. Get your $2 Paper Pumpkin Kit refills. Get your clearance rack items while they're there. Get your retiring stamp sets. Get it all. Get this Layering Love stamp set, and you're good to go. Okay, so believe it or not, that's all the stamping. I'm substituting a different... These are all pattern papers from that Petal Garden that I'm using here. All of this in this set of 4 cards here. So the rest of this is just assembly. So we're just going to take some snail adhesive to attach this to its frame, which is the Flirty Flamingo. And we're going to flip these over and put some of this Mega Dimensionals on the back of everything. Because, right? Like somebody just said a minute ago, you can never have too many dimensionals. You just can't. What would we do without these guys? They're so fun. Thank you. Another shout out that Petal Garden is still available in the store. Phew, that was scary. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm about to show you something. And it sold out before we even started. But it could. It really could. Okay, yes, the matching Memories and More cards are gone. In fact, I was going to show you those Memories and More cards, but because it sold out so quickly, I'm not going to, because it's just teasing you at this point. You can't get them because they sold out. But it just goes to show you how quickly anything on that retiring list can sell out. All right, so... Oh, Tracy, that's such a shame. Fussy cutting can be very therapeutic. It's like coloring. She doesn't like fussy cutting. It's very fun sometimes. Sometimes there's a cost. Sometimes I like to use dies, but sometimes I just like to sit down and do some cutting. Sometimes I'm just in the mood for that. All right, so now I've taken this. I'm going to actually layer this on the side. That is my mom texting me. Again, another text right in the middle. I'm sorry, you guys. Love my mom. Love her. Okay, so I'm going to trim up this leaf, but I'm going to leave the flower overhanging the edge. So we're just going to take our paper snips here, turn it over, and see how that leaf is this top one. I'm going to cut that so it's flush, but I'm leaving the flower overhanging a little bit. So it looks like this. And then the embellishment that I'm using on all the Petal Garden cards is not retiring. So you don't have to rush to get it, but you should have these because they're a staple. And that is the pearls. So we're just going to take a couple of pearls to put 3 little baby ones on the top and 3 bigger ones on the bottom. And, oops, there is a little trick to these guys that I probably should be doing, but I'm not, because I don't know why. And that's just using the paper snips to attach them. So we're going to take 3. I don't know why I'm not showing you that, because you would probably really enjoy that, right? I'll do it on the next time we do pearls. I'll show it. Okay, so that's our first card already complete, right? Awesome, quick, easy. Again, this is Petal Garden. If you're not familiar with it, I know my pack was cut. As of this very moment, and we don't know for how much longer, it is still available in my online store, and this is what the pack looks like. It's beautiful stuff. Okay. There it is. Nancy asked what the name of it is. That's it right there. Okay. So next up, card number 2 from our Petal Garden set. This is the second set of cards that we're making. We've already made the first set. Okay, so this one, I love this. Love, love, love this card. Okay, I'm going to take the fresh fig for this one. And this is the pattern paper that we're using. I fussy cut out these roses for our focal point, and then layered on another piece of the Petal Garden designer paper for the background. So I pre-fussy cut that right here. We are going to, from the same Layering Love stamp set, take the I Am Much More Me When I Am With You stamp set. I love that saying. That's so fun. So that is fresh fig. We're going to stamp that one, not upside down. And that one's going in the upper right hand corner. Okay. And we'll just move those out of the view so that it's not quite so crowded down here. Okay, so now we just have a little bit of assembly. This was a quick and easy one. Again, just a little bit of fun fussy cutting, Tracy. It's fun fussy cutting. I'm going to turn around to it. You're going to be a new addict, trust me. A little snail adhesive on the back of our designer paper layer. And then we just need some Stampin' Dimensionals. Aren't you glad they gave us this big, huge sheet? You know what I noticed, actually? So in the March Paper Pumpkin, they gave us this awesome, ginormous sheet of Dimensionals. But then I opened a pack of Dimensionals the other day. You know, normally they come about in a sheet like this size. But the pack comes with 3, right? So you've got 1, 2, 3. So actually, a pack of Dimensionals is actually probably more than the sheet that they gave us. But it was just cool that it came in a big sheet. I kind of liked it. It was neat. And Penny is asking, why don't they make more designer paper when it gets low? Well, it's not like we don't just print designer paper on a printer. This actually is quite involved, and by the time they got another shipment of it, the new catalog would be out, the paper would be retired, and it would all be kind of, you know, it takes too long. The bottom line is it takes too long to get. It's just not as simple as it sounds. And, you know, they wanna move on to new, different things, so we like new stuff. We're sad to see things go. but we like new stuff too. We like it all. Believe me, if we didn't have change, we would still have those avocado green refrigerators that my mom had when I was a kid. Oh my gosh, ghastly. So very glad that that style changed. We want to stay up with the trends. We don't want that avocado refrigerator look in our catalog. All right, so this literally, and it overlaps the entire panel right down to the card. Okay. All right, so that is our second card with the Petal Garden stamp set. So fun, right? I mean, the Petal Garden designer paper. I'm sorry, I'm calling it a stamp set, but it's not. The stamp set's actually the words Layering Love. Okay, all right, so I know, don't they look, Stephanie's like, they look so intricate, and yet they're so simple, so easy to make, so fun. I mean, it's just a fun way to use the designer paper, right? So next up, this is going to be another quickie. Here's the designer paper that we're using to make this card. And so I just cut the designer paper down to the same measurements as the rest, and we're going to stamp the Live, Laugh, Love from that Layering Love. All this is double-sided, by the way. Just that all the designer paper is, or almost all of it is. Okay, so this is a big stamp. The Live, Laugh, Love is oh, another one. Another one not behaving. Bad stamps. Oh, we got some fresh fig. We're going to stamp in. In case you missed that tip earlier, I like the labels on the back of mine. People take these off so they stick to the acrylic block, but I just used snail if they're naughty. So we're going to stamp this big stamp. It's not really a problem. It really isn't a big deal, I don't think. We're going to stamp that right at the top. And then we just have some assembly. So we're going to go ahead and take our snail. Yes, no fussy cutting on this one. What's the yay? Come on. They're beautiful. It's worth a little fussy cutting. And we are going to pull out that cotton ribbon. This is now the ribbon came in the kit, but it's also in the catalog. So this you can find in both places. Again, this is going to be the faux knot. So I'm going to take two little strips here of that ribbon. Oops. And we are going to put a little snail on the back of the longer piece that's going to stretch across the front of the card. Well, that is wonderful. Doreen says she already has this paper. I love it when that happens, right? You're already ready to start crafting. You have everything you need because these are all easy. I mean, think about all these quick and easy cards that you can get out of a pack of designer paper of all things, right? So fun. So we've got a little faux knot here. And I'm just going to trim that up at a little bit of an angle. And again, all of the cards that I'm making today, I have close-up shots of them on my blog and the free PDF that has all the dimensions on it, which I'll update right after this because I don't think the dimensions were right on my original. But I know you can probably figure it out. Oops, I did not put enough snail on the back of that. It didn't stick. There we go. That'll teach it. Whisper Pat. Love you. She loves the quickies. Oh, they are fun and beautiful, right? It just doesn't get any better than that. Fun, beautiful, quick, and easy. All right, so now for this one, I went back to that little sheet of pearls that I buried now in my box. I'll leave it out. And I promised I would show you my little paper snip trick. I'm sure you guys have seen this. It's not really new. So just take and lift it with the paper snips and then put it down. Boom. So much easier than trying to lift it with your finger, right? And maybe a little bigger one down here on the bottom. Oops, that time I didn't quite catch it right. There we go. There we go. So that is our third card. Actually, it's our seventh card, right? We have one card left. Our third card in the Petal Garden Designer Series paper set of 4. And we've already done our paper pumpkin set of 4. So holy crap, we have one card left. Oh my gosh, can you believe we have almost made 8 cards in the short period of time? Here's our last card. We're going to use some of those wooden elements again. Loving it. This is 2 pieces of designer paper that I'm using. So this bottom piece comes from this piece in the Petal Garden set. It looks like this. And then I also cut out some additional roses from the center of this piece from the Petal Garden set to kind of add to that design. So we are going to take the stamp from the Layering Love set that says, sometimes the smallest things take up the most room in your heart. I'm going to stamp that in the Early Espresso. And we're going to stamp that a little bit to the right of this designer paper. And then we just have a little bit of assembly. Again, another quick and easy card that looked like it took forever, right? So I've pre-fussy cut. I did pre-fussy cut the those little roses from that one piece of designer paper. Oh, thank you, Geneva Sis. You are awesome. I love you. Love you guys. I love you so much. This is my way of giving you a heart back. On Facebook, on YouTube, you guys don't have hearts, but on Facebook, the heart fountain is going up. And I like to say it's Facebook's way of applause. And this is my way of giving it back because I don't have a button to press to give the audience hearts back. Although I think I might need to request that. I think we need that. I need to be able to give you guys hearts back. Okay, so on this one, we are going to take those dimensionals and they are such easy cards, Emily. They are absolutely so easy, so fun, and beautiful. Absolutely. I mean, this whole designer series paper, this Petal Garden is just beautiful. So these are like alternates to my alternate of the March Paper Pumpkin Kit. All right, now the very last piece are those free gifts, those free wooden elements that came in the March Paper Pumpkin Kit. And for those of you who are just popping on now, you can substitute, if they're still available in the store, the wooden elements. These are the nature wood embellishments, which would be similar. And the new catalog, they're also coming out with some new wood embellishments as well, too. So this is a very fun touch to your cards. So they gave it to us as part of Paper Pumpkin's 5th anniversary. They sent us a free gift, and this was the free. I thought this was an amazing gift for them to give us. I mean, seriously, 2 sheets of wood embellishments was amazing. So I'm just going to pop out this little guy carefully. Stuck in there. There we go. Got it. Okay. And then I want 2 of these little leaves for a little bit of fun. And we're going to take some mini glue dots, or you could use your fine tip glue pen. You could use your liquid glue. Probably you could even use the snail. And we're just going to stick that right on the back here. Becky says, today's been hurry up and stamp before it's gone. Yes. Welcome to retirement season. We'll call that the season of the catalog transition from when we go from old to new. Products sell out really fast. And, you know, it's like we want to still play with the retired stuff because we love it. But at the same time, it's going. So, yeah, kind of, kind of is hurry up. Hurry up and get it fast. All right, so I'm going to hide that underneath there. So this is going to stick out from that, and then we're going to stick these 2 little leaves down. I've got one up here on one little fun little, oops, I think that should go the other way, one little leaf on that rose, and then one more. Oh, thank you, Grammy Linda. She says your heart is all the your heart is all the work you do to bring these videos to us. Thank you. Thank you. I do love it. I love you guys so much. And that completes our second set of 4 cards. This was actually our 8th card that we just made. Holy crap, that was a lot of cards, right? But yet it wasn't. Look how quickly that went. All right, so here is the Petal Garden. I'm going to have to zoom out for this to get these guys all in. So here's the Petal Garden cards. There's 2 of each here. So we just made that set of Petal Garden cards with the Petal Garden Designer Series paper. So quick and easy, right? And then, if you were lucky enough to get a Paper Pumpkin kit or lucky enough to win one, which I'm about to give 2 away in 1 second, here are the Paper Pumpkin, the set of 4 Paper Pumpkin cards. So that is, back out, there we go. There they are. Love you guys. Right back at you, Whisper Pat. She says you're the best. I love you guys. All right. That is our card class for today. Wowzers, right? Now, I have to tell you, you want to be back here on Saturday because it's my my Stampin' Demonstrator group's Mother's Day blog hop, and I have an amazing set to share with you on Saturday as well. And I hope that you guys love them, because I made them and I keep staring at them. So I'm not going to sneak peek it. You're just going to have to come back Saturday morning. It's 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I will have a reminder both on Facebook and YouTube probably by the end of the day today. So now it is time for me to give away some of these March paper pumpkin kits. If you've left a comment, you are entered to win. I'm going to pop over to our giveaway site here, and our second, so we had an early bird. Lynette was our early bird. Our second winner, and I have 2 of these right now to give away, is Judy DeGata, and our third winner is Stephanie Hahn. Okay, so Judy, Stephanie, and Lynette, be sure to fill out the prize claim form that is linked in this video's description. You have just won the March paper pumpkin kit that we have just used. If you did not win, don't fret, but also don't listen to, I typed March, but I meant May. You still have a chance to win. On May 8th, I will draw the winner of my very last March paper pumpkin kit. Totally sold out. Don't forget, you can get 50% off paper pumpkin kit subscriptions. Sign up by May 10th. And you can get $2 kit refills from past kits in my online store right now while they last. Just like everything we use today, while it lasts. All right, you guys, it has been wonderful and fun stamping with you today. I look forward to seeing you again on Saturday morning. Thanks for joining me today.